Hey everybody, back with a quick recipe to make your own pizza dough. I know sometimes people get a little concerned because they have to use yeast to make the dough, but I'm going to show you quickly how to do this. First step is just get the water temperature right. It has to be between 100 and 110, so I just use my grill thermometer and put it in the water, measure that out. You just drop the yeast in here, you add a pinch of sugar, and then you dump the water in. And I'll show you how that works in a second. A quick edit, I used 1 1/3 cup of water at 105 degrees and one package of yeast. All right, I let the water and the yeast and the sugar sit for 5 minutes, and now I've added 4 cups of flour and a pinch of sugar, and then I just added a little bit of salt, just maybe a teaspoon, and then some of the Italian seasoning and oregano. And now I'm gonna mix this up and I'll show you how it looks. All right, I mixed this up with a spoon, and then I added about a tablespoon of olive oil, and then I just kneaded it with my hands into a nice kind of round ball here. And then I'm gonna let this sit for about 30 minutes, and hopefully it rises, so I'll come back and show you what that looks like. All right, I waited 30 minutes, and it did rise a little bit, so I'm gonna now take this out. I put a little flour on the counter. We're gonna take the dough out, and then we're gonna knead it. And get it into the shape of the pizza crust. And I'll come back and show you how that works. Here's an important useful tip. Make sure you spray the pizza pan with an olive oil spray before you put the dough on, otherwise it'll stick. All right, now that the dough is ready, one useful tip is I sprayed this pan with a little olive oil, and now I'm gonna actually put the dough on the pan and flatten it out. And this helps because if you would flatten it on the counter, then it's really hard to get the dough actually back on the pan. So we'll do this, we'll flatten it out. And then what you do is you pinch the edges, and it gives you a little bit of a crust. So we'll keep working on this until we get a nice circle. All right, when you get the pizza to the shape and the size you want, I want a little bit of a thicker crust, so I went with a little smaller pizza. Then we start, and we're gonna add, first step is you add the sauce. I just use a spoon, kind of spread it around. And this you can do to taste. If you like a lot of sauce, add a little bit more sauce. All right, now we're gonna add some mozzarella cheese on the pizza. I like a lot of cheese. All right, now the fun part, you get to put the toppings on that you like. I'm making a unique pizza. This is gonna be a mushroom, jalapeno, and basil pizza, but you can put whatever toppings you want on. That's the great thing about pizza. All right, now we're adding a little bit of basil. I like to add some Italian seasoning and some oregano as well. We'll finish it off with some jalapenos for a little spice. All right, I like to finish it with just a little bit of freshly ground salt. And now it's ready. It's gonna go in the oven at 450 for about 10 to 15 minutes. We'll keep an eye on it, and we'll show you how it looks. I did 450 for 20 minutes, and now I'm just cutting it, and it turned out pretty good. All right, thanks for watching. We're gonna enjoy.